Lachlan Lewis kicking game will be very, very important. Had a great first season last year. It's all been studied. Everyone gets on the video and knows what to expect now as we get Kieran Holland about to have us underway.
So Sunday afternoon football for Chemist Warehouse is underway, and it's a deep kick-off from Holland. And Alvaro brings the ball back to a really solid reception there from Aidan Tolman and Dylan Napa. Parramatta working it out. That's Sibo, the young Fijian who had one disallowed in the match against Penrith last Sunday. Comes from Nandi. And he's suddenly in focus, very much under the spotlight in his home country of Fiji. There's Paulo. He's a big unit. He's built close to the ground. That's Lane. Sean Lane with Parramatta now from Manly, and he started his career at Canterbury as well. Moses goes long and high, and it comes down. The return from Hopewadi.
In that first set defensively from the Bulldogs, we could hear through the effects microphones, watch the offload, and that's what Parramatta were very good at in the opening exchanges last week, prepared to keep the football alive. The Dogs will be wary of that if they bring it out of their own end through Adam Elliott.
So Elliott on the third tackle is 33 metres out from his own line. Napa gets it up to 40, and they started with the number 14, Marshall King. It's Lewis getting a kick away. It bounces favourably and brought back by Gutherson for Parramatta. Faitala Mariner, I can't quite describe that haircut. He's had several, but that's a new one. So over there on the other side of the ground, the eastern side of Sivo. There's number 2 place over on the extreme left edge, and he's knocked off.
Benny, scan.
Off the ball.
Okay, we're all up now, mate.
All up.
Pair of big shoes to fill. A lot of people would be hoping that this is another model of the Rad Radra.
How big is it?
Yeah, just watching Parramatta, the opening couple of sets, they're channeling over that eastern side of the field, obviously trying to get Kieran Foran's tackle count up. The coach for Parramatta, Brad Arthur, he coached Kieran, knows his strengths. He's the main creator for the Bulldogs, trying to wear him out.
Smith, Napa, takes it inside 40. Napa playing it back for Marshall King. Then Hopewadi and now Jackson. Penalty goes to Canterbury.
No, don't throw it away,
leave it, Clint.
Steal in there.
Leave the ball, make the 10. Put it there, Clint.
Is the rule from Ben Cummins. Canterbury, the body language is saying they're going for the 6 and not the 2. Tolman it is that wedges play towards the middle of the ground. Maroa in the headgear with Alvaro and Paulus and help. Jackson then run around. It was being delivered by Marshall King out to the left edge now. Played there by Holland. It's gone through Lewis, and this is Napa again. So Canterbury really pressing. Third tackle down on the set. Marshall King. Lewis got a ball away. It looked perfect. But Parramatta's defence, they closed ranks brilliantly on Elliott. Now it's come away to Foran. Double pump and then Lewis. Lofted ball, Crichton. Tries to stand Ferguson up. Played by Crichton. It's gone back to Lewis. Gets a left foot kick across. The jump is on and Smith comes down with it. Lost the ball backwards. That should be play on.
Change over, come in, mate.
Change over. He's short.
There's some great defence there from Parramatta in that set of 6. Concede with consecutive sets. Daniel Alvaro and Adam Elliott, absolute try saver. And that final play there, Parramatta got numbers around the man who eventually came up with the football. Sivo comes in off his wing. He made the error. They'll be relieved that they were able to defend it.
The Just over 4.5 minutes gone in the game. And played in a 31-degree temperature and a very sticky day here. And some cloud, high cloud banking up down towards the south. As Parramatta bring the ball 35 metres out from their own line, but they're playing the 5th tackle now with Morella. So they haven't reached halfway. They need to give it back to Canterbury with Moses finding the line just outside the 10. Canterbury come away with the ball from the scrum, you would anticipate, with the ball from Moses crossing the line just outside the 10 metres. Brad Fittler on sideline today. It's a hottie.
Yeah, it's saying it's 28, 29 degrees, Ray, but with that cloud cover you're talking about, a little bit of breeze that's behind the Bulldogs, it's actually quite pleasant down here on the sideline. Quite lovely conditions. I don't know what it's like out there playing, but sitting here, it's, yeah, quite beautiful.
You got these shoes on?
No, the shoes are off. The shoes are off. I wish I was out because it's a fast and hard service. It really suits my game, mate.
Just thought for a moment you were shoeless. Just getting a tan on those feet of yours.
Just getting the minerals.
Yes, I was just going to say, it's part of the coaching for Tala Mariner. And Marcello Montoya. 8 metres short of halfway. Marshall King, dummy half. 4 and then 9. Ground in beautiful condition. So Lewis along the line to go further to Holland to go to Crichton. Crichton gets away. Crichton shovels it back. It might have been touched by Parramatta. It was. 6 more tackles to come. So they're in a wonderful position now, Canterbury. Coleman ridden into the ground. Junior Paulo the tackler. Lewis 4 and 4. Fatal Mariner 12 away. They've only had 2. Tolman again to the 10 to Lewis. Back behind 1. Upawati again. Parramatta get a touch, and it's gone into touch. It's going to be a scrum feed to Canterbury.
It's coming hard off the wing. Blake Ferguson, like a lot of defensive patterns when they see those block plays, the winger and centre fly up. Watch Blake Ferguson at the bottom of the screen here. He'll see the threat. He'll come up and in. He thinks intercept there. If he got that ball, he was away. Opawati maybe thinking. There he is. He's talking to the crowd. Opawati maybe thinking a little kick in behind Blake Ferguson. He's a big man. Once he makes the decision to come up and in, it's hard for him to turn.
So no players on the blind side at all. They're all on the open side, as that wide shot shows. And forward put it down but backwards. Then shrugs off the tackle of Alvaro.
Out now, Reed.
Paulo drops onto him with Marnie. Napa there. Getting 15 away from the line. Marshall King behind Tolman. Forward. He gets it out to Jackson. Showed it on the inside to Hopewadi. Nothing doing at the moment, but they're 9 metres out from the line. Holland, he goes to Elliott. Adam Elliott. Still no improvement really. They're probably 6 metres out. 4th tackle gone. Canterbury had very much the better of the territory. Here's for It was a big hit, but it hasn't stopped the try coming from Montoya. But Hopewadi was flattened. I'm not sure what the result is here, but Montoya Remus Smith looks to have scored the try.
Contact on Hopewadi's all right, is it? Okay.
Well, it's a great ball.
Chidge?
Catch and pass and getting hammered in
tackle
doing
5.
so.
I have no try. Can you check touchline and the grounding is what the no try is for,
Remus
mate?
Smith,
Confirm that he
I
knocks
think
that
it was
ball
the young
on in goal.
5'8" Dylan Brown who gets across there low. And he's lost the football.
It's a great piece of defence by Gutherson and Brown.
Remus Smith loses possession in the grounding attempt over the line. We have a decision.
Sivo coming out of the line on Hopewadi. He was horizontal.
Well, I had a quick look at it to make sure it was okay, and it's been given the okay. This will be no try.
On my whistle, mate. So
After some sustained attack there from the Bulldogs.
Can we see Siva?
Hey,
Have a look at this. A Fijian Scud missile. Oh,
Zero coming up.
is William? He's up.
Is Ferguson.
Oh, how's that camera angle?
There's no camera anymore. It's a casualty.
Sivo.
Once again, they're channeling that side on Kieran Foran, really trying to wear him out. Kieran has already made 6 tackles.
Takarangi. Brad.
I was just going to say the cameraman in that corner's just gone into HIA.
Simple drop ball there, and that's a shame. They came to the right, went back to the left with a bit of space, and they've just done a lot of tackling. Last thing they needed was an error the first time they get the ball back in possession.
Still, lots been made of the young fire, Dylan Brown. I haven't seen the comments, but I heard some comments he made during the week. What have you made?
Yeah, look, he was asked a question about he's on contract with Parramatta until the end of next season, but other clubs can approach him November 1 this year. I think he was just asked about his future, and he sort of mentioned the fact that he would consider all the offers available, but he mentioned the word fishing, which probably didn't go over that well with Parramatta fans. That's well and truly forgotten now. He just needs to get down and get through this second game and put a good season under his belt, and all of those things will take care of themselves.
Tolman crossing the halfway line. Just under 11 minutes gone in the game. Jackson, Holland in 3. That's Elliott in 13. 30-metre line, 5 tackles gone. Canterbury come back to familiar territory, and here's Holland. A kick in that came off a Parramatta player who didn't play at the ball. Now it goes into touch.
Yeah, that's right. Accidental offside, scrum. Deflected, so accidental offside, so it's Canterbury.
There's an accidental offside involved here.
Yeah, so Canterbury get the football here. Spent a lot of time down this end of the ground for no result.
Okay, we're all up now.
Okay, clock's on.
Another great opportunity here. Scrum set 20 metres in, 10 metres out. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Around the ball.
22 seconds.
Young Lewis, Rookie of the Year, the Steve Mortimer Rookie of the Year at Canterbury last year.
And they actually did the dummy play the last scrum down here where they broke looking as though they were going to go the blind side, the Bulldogs, because Blake Ferguson is actually packed into the second row. Let's see what they do here.
Out.
So from the back of the scrum, Foran turning it into Crichton. Right in the middle, 10 metres out, Marshall King, and Tolman goes ahead. Not by much, just a couple of metres. Marshall King getting a decoy run from out there from Adam Elliott. Now it's with Lewis, and Paulo's got in, and so is Hoffman, or Sivo it is, not quite sure. In fact, it might even be Niagori. To the right side though, he's gone away again from Elliott, gone to Foran, around the back to Hopperati. He gets the ball away to Smith on the far side. Down in the corner on the northeastern edge, and it's from Foran back to Elliott, a flick pass back for Kieran, and Foran just comes across, grabs across. The bounce is favourable enough for Parramatta to kill it, and Gutherson does that.
Yeah, nice play. Coming from a sideline, if you can hit a forward in the middle of the field and generate some sort of offload. Kieran Foran hits, is it Elliott here? Adam Elliott gets in, generates an offload. They get him for numbers on the outside. Once again, they're up and in, trying to cut the play off, and Kieran kicks him behind. It's turning the screws. The Bulldogs, you think they have to come up front soon.
Basically, they've owned the first 13 minutes. Gutherson with a drop kick, rather unconventional. It's picked up out there brought back by Montoya. Then forward, short for Tolman. Peter.
On occasion, they might have thought about the short drop out to try and get the ball back. Cronulla did it very successfully yesterday. Josh Jackson finds Hopewade, got Crichton on his outside.
Crichton. 5 out. A few metres in from the western touchline. So Lewis for Napa. Takes it to a central position. 10 metres out, 4 gone. They've really been camped down here, haven't they? Lewis gets a short ball to Holland, who's upended by Takarangi. 5 gone now for the blue and white. Out for Lewis. Puts a left foot kick in, coming quickly. Foran, he'll score! Kieran Foran had scored for Canterbury. It was a deft kick.
You happy with it?
And then it sat up. It was the bounce from heaven, but he's not sure, Ben Cummins.
No, just look at onside here, Ray. That would be the only doubt.
I have the 6th last tackle. I have a try. Can you confirm that the kick chaser is onside, please? Kieran Foran.
Yeah, the try score is fine.
Bulldogs right side kick chase are cleared as onside.
It was a lovely combination of the kick and the timing from Foran, and then
Kieran Foran takes clean possession of the ball and grounds it in the in goal. We have a decision.
All you needed after that was a touch of lady luck, and it bounced up beautifully for him. It was at Parramatta in 16. So the try is confirmed. Ruan.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ray. Down here, the Bulldogs have taken advantage of that 70% possession that they've had. Kieran Foran, perfect place, perfect time. But Lachlan Lewis, he just looks like he has all of the time in the world to get that kick away, but the chasers were really on him. He's just very, very composed, and a wonderful finish there by Kieran Foran.
Yeah, what was great placement in that regard on the Isuzu D-Max replay was that he kicked in behind Junior Paulo. And Junior Paulo, he just wasn't unable to turn around and close that hole. As Kieran Holland could throw this over. So a 6-0 lead after 15.5 minutes. It's been all the Dogs so far.
It's 6-0.
Sponsored by NJ Chickens. And the Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs now lead 6 points to 0. Doggies we're out for meeting.
Wait for the whistle, mate. Time you run here.
So back at ANZ Stadium, and Canterbury, they get first points, but they were 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes in getting something out of pretty much 100% field position. Lots of time in possession. And I would think that Dean Pay would be saying, thank God for that. But at least we've got something when the pendulum was swinging our way for 15 minutes.
And that was a really nice play from the restart. Brought the ball left, and then they went back to their winger, and they got out past the 25-metre mark first carry, so halfway through the count, already well into Parramatta territory.
This is Elliott. Paulo again in defence with Alvaro. Canterbury working it inside the 40-metre line, Parramatta's end on the last tackle now. And Lewis, as Ruan just said, he seems to have a mile of time to kick. Ferguson jumping jack flash. Dally M winger of the year last year. Biggest metre eater in the game last year. Inarguably one of our best wingers anywhere in the world. In fact, I think he won a Sunderland medal not more than a couple of years ago. Cicino. Put down. Foran's taken possession for Canterbury. Well, he's got a little mistake in him, hasn't he, Sivo, from time to time. Napa. Mind you, it's a game that's still quite foreign to him, in all fairness. On the 30-metre line, they go right side for forward. Try to score. That's Faitala Marinette. 20 in, 20 out. 4 goal. Tolman. Aiden. 10 out. Lewis is the man calling for it. No, it's gone to Elliott on the right side. Out to Foran. Foran goes around the back. Faitala Marinette. Here's another one. Going in to score is Remus Smith. Smith on that right edge.
You're happy with that? Yep. Okay.
Took one off him.
Back to 0. Shids. We're going back to tackle 0. Got a touched in flight. We have a try. Can you confirm grounding touchline, please?
Scores this one.
Really.
Gets it down.
Remus Smith remains in the field of play and grounds the ball on the in goal. We have a decision.
It was a nice attack.
It looked like it didn't need an inquiry, really. The touch judge was almost on top of it.
The back row here, Kieran Foran gets the ball, and Faitala Mariner, watch him come around the back. Watch him change late. Montoya goes through, they switch late, which then puts confusion in Sivo's head. Sivo was hanging back. He had to come outside in on the Isuzu DMX replay and shut this play off. Watch him switch late here. Goes around the back. Sivo's out on his wing. He had to be coming up to shut that play down.
Brad?
It was a really clever pass by Adam Elliott. The length of the pass, I thought, shocked the Parramatta defence. They're doing all the defending, by the way. They've got an extra 50-odd tackles. The possession's sitting at 75. I've got to say, if you watch any of the games this year, the teams that have won have used the ball. Regardless of how much ball you've got to use it. If you watch the Dogs at the moment, their halves are involved, they're shifting the point of attack, they're making everyone work hard at Parramatta. And Holland, he's got this to make it 12. Comes in, and fades, and it's come back a bit, Raiden.
Sideline conversion unsuccessful. Score remains Canterbury-Bankstown 10 points for the ball and that performance is beautiful.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Time to run here.
So back at ANZ, and Canterbury
When you're ready, Clint.
now out
on.
at 10-0. And we're at the 19th minute of the game. A try, by the way, was scored by Remus Smith. He's still only 21. He's played rep footy for both the junior Kiwis and junior New South Wales Representatives. And he's the son, as you probably have heard, of Tyron Smith, who played, I think, the South Sydney.
Mother is Anthony Mundoon's sister, so it's got some genetics.
Be able to mix up his sports. So Faitala Mariner it is, who gets the ball back for Montoya. Now for Tolman.
Actually, to play the ball in opposition 20. 20-0. Bulldogs that way, so over 3-4 sets down that end as Lewis goes high to Ferguson, has a bit of a glance to see who's chasing. Paul Holland leads that. So important for the Eels now that they do not make an error. Sivo turned the football over last time they were down here, and that led to points. And they are tired, Ray.
Gutherson was anxious to get the ball on the turf, but the defence beat the offence. 20 metres out from their own line, Gutherson finds himself with acting hard. That's Sivo.
Nearly 3 times as many metres gained by the Dogs as well. So some telling statistics there as Gutherson takes on the last.
It's an awful word to get out sometimes, isn't it? Statistics.
Yeah, let's go stats.
So off the legs, William Hopewadi, 25 out from his own line. Kawadi, from memory, along with Jackson and Adam Elliott, they were the only 3 players to play 20 or the entire season last year. 24 games it was for Canterbury. This is Napa, right on halfway. Elliott, young man from Tafa. Lewis again getting a kick in that's come off an opposing player. Takarangi it is that'll be asked to play the ball. He's back on his own 20, held down by Marshall King. Now Ferguson. Playing it on the 30 and a run for Gutherson. Very good meters there by Clinton Gutherson. Up to the halfway line. Now for Brown. And it goes to Lane. Lane, 98 centimetres of him, and he finds Brown supporting.
Well, that's set all on the back of Ferguson's second play. Gets the sets rolling.
Paulo behind Moroa. It's come out and bounced through Takarangi. He's willed and knock on. Well, it looked like tunnel ball, didn't it?
Oh, even if it hits his fingers, it goes backwards. Blake Ferguson is behind Takarangi.
Clock on.
Yeah.
That's it. All on the back of Ferguson's quick play of the ball. And he passes here. Takarangi, with the position he's in, ball goes back there.
It's dead set back. I'm just wondering whether it might have got a touch from another Parramatta player, and that's what the referee ruled on. 15 out. 1 round, 1 ground, 16 teams, 8 games. Magic round coming to Brisbane with a full NRL round being played across 1 weekend at Suncorp Stadium. The best. This, of course, is an event not to be missed. Go to nrl.com/tickets and witness magic firsthand. 20 metres out from their own line. Canterbury leading 10-0. There'd be an argument to say, well, they should be in front by 10-0. So here is Lewis. They've got Selaso Su out there now. Former Tiger, playing it in the middle of the ground. Lewis goes to his left boot. Drops it into the in goal. The weight is good. Gutherson. Jackson leads the chase. He's a good player. Of course, they had a lot of changes. Canterbury, brought on by their own infringement, if you like, on the salary cap. No more Woods, no more Clemmer, no more Mbai. Morris Brothers gone. It's an absolute rebuild for Canterbury. And the glamour clubs of the competition.
It's Tim Manus' first carry. Daniel Alvaro has come to the sideline, and that is a much needed penalty.
Wait here.
What is that penalty count?
1-1. Parramatta struggled to complete their sets, and they haven't had many of them, so it's just about the best opportunity they've had for 10-15 minutes.
Sean Lane. Marnie. Brown showed it to Gower. Went to Paulo. He's at the 25-minute mark now, Junior. Gower is out there, so is Manor. Behind a dip curry for Moses to go to Lane.
Wasn't happy with his fullback Gutherson there, Moses.
Hoffman. Brown. Gower. Jammed there by Sue. 17 out in front of the sticks down at the southern end. Brown. Good left. Into the in goal. Hopoati is going to be trapped.
Yeah, perfect play. They're under pressure, all sorts of pressure the opening 25 minutes. Their petrol tanks would be empty, the Parramatta Eels, especially their forwards. Dylan Brown showing his class again, gets the ball. It's the 4th play. Goes to the line, gets it in behind, perfect weight. Just a warning shot to the outside defenders also. Remus Smith going to come out of the line. or the fullback Hopewadi, if you defend in the line, I'll kick in behind you. Beautiful play.
Yeah, Sevo has stayed down in goal. Or is it Josh Hoffman? Might be Josh Hoffman, in fact. He's got one up around the eye area in making that tackle. Into the side for the suspended Michael Jennings.
Brad?
Yeah, Ray, all three forward replacements for the Bulldogs have gone on. That means Dean Pay really wants to be able to keep this pressure on. As Josh Hoffman looks like he's going to HIA. Yeah, 3 replacements with 15 minutes to go in the first half. It's normally you try to drag that right out. But just wants to keep the pressure on, keep the players as fresh as possible.
Oh, it is a HIA, and Jamin Salmon has come to the sideline. I would imagine would just slot straight into that centre position. Pretty inexperienced edge on that side now. Dylan Brown, Jamin Salmon, and make a Sevo.
He's got some friendly fire there, Hoffman. Parramatta creating their own problem, and now they've created another.
Hold on side, what's your quick one?
They've got a little bit of luck on their side. Moses was down, told to keep going by the referee. Runs towards that left side and finds Sevo. Now they're 5 out from the corner post. Right up against the touchline. Brown. Here's Paulo. And straight at Marshall King. Parramatta's 8 metres away. Money. Here's Mana. Reeling and bumping his way towards the upright. Southern try line, reach out and put it down. Can they do that? Brown all lane, it's cut down there. Lovely tackle by Kieran Foran. Back for Brown. Now for Gow. Gow running into Fulalalo. And also Suaso Su and Harawira Naira. As Brad pointed out, they're all out there. Here's Brown, another little kick into in goal. Hopewadi's gone again.
Nice.
Keeping the pressure on.
Beautiful play. Watch the way he gets this ball, Dylan Brown. When he gets the ball, just gets across field a little bit to find space in between the Bulldogs defenders. Once again, beautiful touch, beautiful setup for the kick. The way he gets the ball and drifts across and just waits for that space and using the outside of the boot.
10 seconds, Lachlan.
It's a special player.
Let's go, sideline, six,
Between two of the greatest halfbacks of all time, and having to look at this new boy in town, a job that Parramatta desperately want him to succeed at. Played by Mana, here's Paulo, pushing it on. Parramatta down 10-0 in this clash against the arch-rival Canterbury. Gutherson. That's the 20. Canterbury's win, obviously. That's Gow in 17. Held there by Fatala Mariner and Harawira Naira. Now for Moses behind Paulo. Gutherson drifting. Straightens Ferguson up. Does he get it down? Cummins, I think, likes it.
Well, he's selling it. Blake.
Ferguson's got the try, Peter.
Yeah, it's a nice play out here, and it's just a big man coming back on the inside in Blake Ferguson. Hopewadi did his best. But after some prolonged attack down this end of the field, Parramatta through the kicking game of Dylan Brown on the Isuzu D-Max replay. Second man play, players in motion, and a bit of a hurdle there from Blake Ferguson. He comes back into the hole that's created by the man coming across. And he's a powerful big man, is Ferguson, and he used every bit of it to get across for the first points for the Eels.
Ruan.
Well, there was a beautiful move there by Clint Gutherson. The old corners move, which brings Ferguson back on the inside, and from there, you just can't stop him. He's such a powerful ball runner, and he gets the ball down with some vigour there, and the faithful here for the Eels absolutely loved that try. Great effort there by Ferguson.
Yeah, this is really nice from Gutherson, the show, then the next show, and that exposed Josh Jackson on the inside and having to try and come across and make the cover defending tackle and unable to do so.
He's a gun, isn't he? He's an absolute gun player.
Did you mention that other lad on the other side, Remus Smith? That's his cousin.
Yeah, they're cousins.
Yeah, well, you went through the family tree. The Mundines are involved. Everybody's involved. So they've both scored try. Smith and Ferguson. There's Moses from 22 out, and he's got it.
Don't forget the traditional Good Friday blockbuster. The Bulldogs up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs Friday, April 19 at 4:05. If you go to Ticketek and pre-purchase, you could save 33%.
Just wait for the whistle. Time to run here, boys. Time on.
Well, it was great lead-up work by young Dylan Brown, but the strength of Ferguson.
Yeah, it was good lead up by the team. They went penalty, drop out, penalty, drop out. And stayed down that end of the field until they were able to crack the defence. As always, important to get to the kick after points.
Parramatta bringing it down to the 30-metre line. Enjoyed the last 5 sets.
That's Salmon, getting plenty of attention.
Marnie then goes for a scoot, finds some open pasture, got support with him. Gutherson is there. Gutherson's on his way. Gutherson puts it over the line. Dummy half scoot from Marnie, and the captain was right there beside him.
Well, it's a perfect example of the defence telling the dummy half what to do. The A defender, and that is the first defender next to the play the ball, shoots up on the outside and told Marnie to run. Opened it up for him. It's the number 17 who goes up quickly on the outside to Arso Su. And it was a yawning gap for Reece Marnie to take advantage of. Reed Marnie, sorry.
Brad?
Well, it shows you what this weather's doing to both teams. They've only had the ball for 5 minutes, Parramatta. And look how fatigued the Dogs look. Jeremy Marshall-King just didn't do his job at marker. He gave no support. And so Arsu Su, he's just looking at who's about to get the ball. All just standing there watching the ball, and Reed Marnie just took off. You don't see space that wide that often. And well done for the fullback, doing his job, supporting through the middle.
I thought it was Damien Cook for a moment.
And like you say, Brad, that the markers, they didn't give any help at all. They weren't in position.
Well, they're all knocked up still.
Yeah.
It must be just draining him, the defence.
What's the penalty count?
There's only a couple of penalties.
2-1. That's why the game's flowed. The interview before the game with Brad Fittler, Reed Marnie looked about 15. Babyface.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. So it's a successful kick.
The try converted by Mitch Moses. And now 12 points to 10. You can be one of the first 3 minutes at the new Bank West Stadium's Community Open Day on April 14. Head to ticketek.com/open day to redeem your free tickets to the new stadium in Sydney.
Just wait for the whistle. On your run here.
Yeah, you were talking about Reed Marnie with a baby face. He's only 20 years of age. He's born same place as Billy Slater, Nambour. He's from up on the Sunshine Coast.
It's been a big effort from the number 10 junior Paulo.
Yeah.
Having to do all that early defence. And he's getting close to being out there for the first full half. His first game back for Parramatta.
Well, Brad Arthur did tell us he was at his fighting weight at 128. Brad Fittler, that is.
Yeah, I asked Reed Marnie before the game, I said, do you get nervous? He goes, yeah, I'm really nervous. I said, do you care about that? Does it affect you? He said, no, I just think it shows I care.
Did you get nervous?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every game?
As I got
it's a
older,
good kick, but it's not a 40-20. Sorry, Brad.
It's all right. As I got older, I sort of just fine-tuned what I was doing, and I could control the nerves a little bit, but I enjoyed getting nervous. I used to love the nerves, and that's the one thing I miss when I stopped playing, is those pre-game nerves.
He's got it exactly right, Reid Marnie. Being nervous shows that you care. It's a really healthy thing. I'd hate to have gone into a game.
I'm a nervous wreck. I just go to the doctor.
That's a different kind of nerves, right? It's lovely to see you. I haven't seen you for a while.
I said to somebody, I said, is he still with the network? And I heard that you said the same thing.
Oh, this must be a home game. Sean Lane nearly caught offside there.
Crichton, sorry.
Referee actually told Sean Lane to stay out of it instead of awarding a penalty.
Well, that's pretty much Graham Annesley rubbing off. I read closely some information to do with Graham's wish to take the nitpicking out of it. There's a knock on here. And he said, you know, give them a warning, but if they continue to flout the laws, then penalise them.
Well, Brad Fittler spoke about it. One of the tries, he said teams who use the ball or passing the ball have gone well this year. It's because there's been no penalties, and teams can't get into their structured plays where we've seen the past couple of years. They'd fall into their formations and do their blocks for the blocks. But because it's all kick reception footy, you have to pass the ball. You have to take some risks. It's great to watch.
Set of possession there was the first that the Bulldogs have had in 10 minutes. So a really important 4.5 minutes coming up for them to take us into the break.
Attack the right side and tackle Rangy. There's a little bit of nerves there from him, I think. Little juggle. Reid Marnie goes into dummy half. 2 markers. This is Kane Evans who's out there now. He's up around 198, 199. So Brown throws the dummy. He almost was going to flick past to Gower. Plays the ball, 12 out. Middle of the ground now for Gower. Man around a decoy. Moses gives the ball out. It's with Nicorel. He'll play the ball a metre out.
Inside, not kick.
Ball there. Penalty goes Parramatta's way.
We need to take the tap quickly. They've got the opposition back on their heels. Tim Manning now, centre field.
Marshall King, Harawira Naira in the tackle. And here's a run for Evans. He's over the line, but he's held up.
Kane Evans 2. Kane, you got to play it back on the 10, mate.
We'll go back to the 10.
Wait there.
We're 3.5 minutes away from half-time. Marty gives Gower another look at it. Around for quite some time now, David Gower. Marty around the decoy. Moses sits it back, and then he goes for the line. He's short. Moses plays it for Marnie. Marnie decides to come back as the Canterbury side come up on the right. Marnie then decides to try and break through himself. 5 gone. To the right side for Gutherson. Here's a try for Takarangi. No, he's called it back. Cummins has got a forward pass call on it.
Well, it didn't look forward. I'd like to see this one again.
Play the ball.
Takarangi agrees.
Wait, Corey, there's no dummy half.
Maybe they're right.
12-10 in favour of Parramatta.
That looked too easy.
There's a big dummy and a scoot away from dummy half here for Marshall King. Crichton. Hopewadi. Lewis. Ball sitting up for Gutherson. He's back on his own line. Holland, he beats him. Ferguson. Last time he did this, we saw Some yardage on the next play from Gutherson, and here it is again. With Salmon this time with the ball.
He's had limited opportunities, but first game, this is Marnie upended on the 40 at Canterbury last tackle.
Takarangi. And the ball off the boot of Moses, crossing the line about 5 metres out. So we're just over a minute away from the half-time break. Macca's Thursday night footy is live from Suncorp Stadium this week. The Broncos hosting the Dragons, who of course are desperate for a win. They've gone 0-2. Macca's Thursday night footy live 7:30 on 9.
Wait till it's out here, boys. Wait till it's
They go okay up in Brisbane, don't they? The Dragons had some big wins. The semi-final last year, they smashed it.
They beat him by about 30, I think. But looking at the Broncos the other night, you get long odds about beating them by 30. And Mana struck at the ball, and I think he got the arms of the dummy half. So the siren at ANZ Stadium. The Eels lead the Dogs by 2 points after they trail by 10.
What do you think of Kieran Foran's hair, Raps?
Well, I better not answer.
Out of 10.
I better not answer.
10 being really good.
Trying to set a trap for me, Joe.
0 being...
I was disappointed, Joe. He went to half shave. I like the bushranger look. He was bringing back Noel and Les Cleal type images.
I liked it when Kieran had the really short, shaved head.
It's Fatala Marino.
Now, with all due respect, Ray, can you imagine one of the members of the Dogs of War sporting the afro?
I don't know whether, if you live in a glass cage, you should throw stones. Second half underway. Parramatta leading by 2. The ball carrier, by the way, there was Fulilalo. That's Soaso Su. Now Harawira Naira. Jeez, it's getting hard, isn't it? Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson. Kid from Gulgong. Sue again. As Canterbury get it up to halfway on 5. Lewis puts it really, really high down to Ferguson. Nobody put any pressure on Ferguson whatsoever.
He squeezes through defenders and then just keeps pumping those legs. Those contact moves.
He always gets up blowing up, doesn't he? Ferguson, you're always blowing up when he gets up. There's Hoffman.
It was a good carry, and it's stung Kieran Foran, just holding that right shoulder, right arm as he makes his way back into position on the western side of the field.
There's a good run there by Kane Evans, then Gower, Moses, Gutherson, Takarangi. Got the ball to Ferguson, one to beat, support inside from Gutherson, and the captain goes in to score. Well, it's pretty obvious who the go-to man simply must be.
There wasn't too much to this. They just went down the shorter side. As soon as you do max replay, they just create a 3-on-2 on the outside, and the winger, the far winger, Crichton, just comes in too far off his wing and gave Blake Ferguson enough room to tiptoe down the outside of him with a stack of support on his inside. The big fend into the chest of Crichton, and Clint Gutherson, Brad gets his second of the afternoon.
Yeah, it all looked really simple, but what we're talking about in the first half was you've got to use the ball. And if you had a look at that execution, it was perfect. All the passes were out in front. And you saw Fergo take the ball. He was accelerating through the ball. That just put the defence line behind him. Ended up with a simple 2-on-1. Gutherson got his second try. It was great just seeing the players use the ball, especially today. Perfect conditions to catch and pass. And they've shown great execution so far, Parramatta.
And while ever you do that, I think the referees are inclined to be a little bit on your side. So here's Moses from right in. Another 2 points.
You go. Hey, no Fergo on three. No Fergo on three. Don't go fishing for that ball. Post tackle. Don't go around that ball. Post tackle.
10 seconds.
Don't go near the ball. Post tackle. Wait there, Carrot. Wait there, mate. I'm everyone here.
So welcome back to ANZ, and the Eels leading now by 8. So they've scored 18 unanswered points since Canterbury's 18th minute try. And Tim Manor playing the ball as Parramatta forward outside the 20. Sean Lay. Post-contact meters, Napa 35, Ferguson 33.
Second and third on that list are the Parramatta wingers, and we talk about how they've come off from their own line successfully. They've been very, very good in that department. And even now, Parramatta on the fourth tackle, and pop them back on the inside into the opposition half. In fact, it's
Niakura.
Case is good.
Steps it on that right foot, has gone out on the full.
Play the ball.
Yeah, they're mistakes you can't make. You've done the hard work, you've got into decent field position. There's no excuse for that.
So that's where Canterbury come up with the ball on 0 tackle. And Crichton it is that makes the halfway line. It's Fualalo held by Manor and Gower. Similar haircuts. Young Marnie in between them. And Foran delivered lovely to Fatala Mariner.
That was beautiful from Kieran.
Up to the 30-metre line for Lewis. Back to Fualalo again. And that's the fourth tackle goal. So a left side play from Lewis at the line on the 20-metre line to Holland. Lewis again. Lots of time, and rain went up. It's a play on. It's 6 more for Canterbury. Fatala Mariner with the ball. Key. That is Sue. Fallen back to Jackson, intercepted by Ferguson. Well, he's over halfway. He's got about a 30-metre start on the others. Put away your glasses, put everything down. Ferguson's gone in again.
He was looking for one of these in the first half. It's a nice play, lead-up play by the Bulldogs. Josh Jackson looking for the cutout pass. Ferguson, he saw the play unfolding. Azusa Dimax replay. No one was going to catch him there. Look at that, what an athlete.
18 tries last year in the premiership winning side.
Well, the opening 2 rounds, he's been the best player in the competition. Last week against Penrith. Unstoppable now. Look at this. Great vision, gets up. Beautiful soft hands.
Yeah, it was one of
Such
those
a powerhouse.
make or break, wasn't it, Jay? It was a try either end of the field. If the pass gets through, Crichton scores.
Ruan
Ferguson signalled his intent very early in the game. He's always been pushing in off his wing, trying to get in the way of that ball, and then it just came off beautifully. He looks so powerful when he's in space, and, you know, 20, 30 metres out, he knew he had it. You could see the joy as well.
Now, they were under some pressure there, Parramatta, with the second set of 6.
He's looking at himself in the big screen. Look at him looking at himself.
What's the double takedown here when he puts the football down?
He's looking at his cousin there, Remus Smith.
Well, he gets here and he shapes the... Oh, yeah, he puts it down there, and then just to make sure he touched it. Down the other end, I don't think Sean Lane, they're lining up to sign him to an AFL career.
No. No.
Yeah, wrists of
You're going to knock the ball down. Can you please knock it backwards?
He was trying to catch it.
Oh, here's Moses then. He's 12 in and 20 out. Gets it perfect.
Timeout run here. Okay, mate, time on.
So Parramatta leading by 14 points now. In the early stages of the second half, Brad.
Yeah, just thinking, I've been sitting next to Tony Chalmers for years now doing this job, and I could feel the power, but I had a NRL gentleman come up and say, Tony, do you want the lights on? Tony looked around and went, yeah, I think we need the lights on. The lights are on, Ray.
It's the power of the man.
That is the power.
Near Corey.
I've heard a question mark in regards to Tony when the lights were on.
When Ferguson broke into the clear and it became a one-horse race, it reminded me of in New Zealand calling a swimming race with only one contestant in heat 33 of the men's 200 breaststroke. It's the loneliest feeling in the world for commentary. How do you call a one-man swimming race? I don't know. What do you do with Ferguson when he's out there galloping away like winch?
It's probably pretty lonely in the pool as well, Ray, I'd imagine.
Absolutely.
Leaders game, Blake Ferguson, 2-2-2, 100 in front of the next man, Gutherson, who's got 2 tries.
Hopawati. Our sideline commentator said to him when he dismounted from the pool, when did you know you had it won?
Oh, there's another intercept. Sean Lane's away.
Sean Lane.
He'll go under the posters.
We'll keep going.
As well. And he hit the ground early because he's 6'6". They could have tackled him 10 out and he still would have scored. Well, 2 intercepts back to back.
Now you know the feeling of loneliness.
Yeah, I noticed there wasn't much support coming.
Oh my goodness. So Fatala Mariner tried to get it down to Kieran Foran, and this giant of a man, former Bulldog, Sean Lane, brings up another 4 for the Eels. They've come from 10-0 down to 28-10, Brad.
Well, I've gone to Dave Middleton, and he says he's never seen back-to-back intercept tries. So today, on this beautiful day at ANZ Stadium, we have a first.
Well, he's seen plenty. I can assure you he's seen just about everything.
Well, the worrying thing for the Bulldogs, the opening 25 minutes, they had 70% of possession, and they went to 10-0 up. And you think, with Parramatta doing all that defence, would have really worn them out. But since then, 28 points. Worrying signs for the Bulldogs.
It's as if the Bulldogs took so much petrol out of the tank in that first 20 minutes with the ball. Moses then to convert. There's 30.
The try converted by Chris Moses. And Parramatta now lead 30 points to 10.
Time you run. Okay. Time you
The
run.
Chemist Warehouse, Sunday afternoon football. And a crazy game in many ways. First 40 minutes was pretty much equally divided. With 12-10 at half time. 10-0 Canterbury, 12-10 Parramatta, and now, look at it, 30 plays 10. And the Eels coming back here again next Friday night to play the Roosters. In front of that, we've got the Broncos hosting the Dragons. And Sunday, Canterbury, they go up to Campbelltown. Players right in the middle of the ground. We'll check those games for you a little bit later on. Roosters and Parramatta on Friday night here. Kick by Gutherson. He's the complete player, isn't he, Gutherson? Here's a run for Montoya. Brad.
Ray, can you ring Chemist Warehouse to see if they've got umbrellas? We're about to be bucketed on. There's a big front coming across as the Bulldogs turn over the ball.
I said to you earlier, I think there's something coming out of the south. It wasn't the Southern Aurora either.
Do you think it'll resemble Brookvale last night?
What about that?
The monsoonal.
They're not quite, but I'm still going to get wet. I didn't bring my jacket. So we can give Chemist Warehouse a call. That'd be good. They might have ponchos.
Gumboots.
No, I've got the moccasins on, actually, the loafers.
Parramatta then attacking on the 20-metre line, opposition end of the ground. And here's Takarangi lifting them high. It's gone out. 10 out in the 30-10. Parramatta lead the ball. And Manna did well, got it away. Off or dribbles away. Play at 9 metres in. A barging effort.
For number 3.
So play the ball. Pulls it in. Oh, late. No, it went forward. Change. I'd be shocked.
Get down that low. Tackle.
Napa is back.
This time Blake Ferguson now. He had restart here from the Bulldogs. Ferguson quite quickly. Shortly to give themselves. Paid plenty to do that story. Snake Eye.
Very high, hitting the earlier. 55. 30 to 10 in favor. Forward, short, hits Fatala right on the belly button. It's put down by Brown. They go long to the middle. Lewis puts it down for Napa. Just drops it down onto his hands, and Napa is 3 metres out from the southern try line here. Foreign again. Adam Elliott. Over, looking to hit and spin and unload, can't get it away. Here it comes to Lewis again. He puts in a nice little kick, and it's a try for Montoya.
No, Benny, I think he's lost the ball backwards.
Well, hang on,
So
maybe
he's got to let it go, he's got to let it run, and then he'll come back and examine.
Yeah, the on-field call, Ray, was they thought that he's lost the football before getting it down.
About
okay,
the,
well,
contact.
it's now going to be re-examined, and then if it's no try, they'll go back to where play ended.
I have no try. I have a knock on. Can you check for contact there? I'll just confirm whether there was a shoulder charge there or not.
Beautiful kick from
the
Lachlan Lewis.
Team, please.
Chasers are well onside. I think Gutherson over near the
Bulldogs right side
upright.
kick chaser onside.
Montoya leads the way. He clearly gets there first. Oh, it's the boot of Clint Gutherson that knocks the football out. That is terribly unlucky.
But I think they're looking at shoulder charge here.
Contact between the two players happens as a contest for the ball, playing onto this point.
And what's the boot here? Takes the ball out. And there's
The
a
ball
knock
is
on.
lost in the in-goal area. We have a decision.
That's terribly unlucky.
So I'm just wondering if another Canterbury player had to put a hand on it, would have been a try. I think it would have.
No, I think Montoya actually, I think it hit his hand, Ray, after that.
Okay. So
It's a contest for the ball, Josh.
it's still a good piece
Contest
of
for the
refereeing.
ball, mate. It's been reviewed, Josh. We checked it.
Reed, just wait,
Okay,
Reed.
wait there, mate. Zero coming up. Your whistle.
Ferguson there, who's played such a massive role in this game today. He did against Penrith last Sunday. 160 metres he ran, which is no surprise, of course, because as I said earlier, he was the top metre eater in the game last year, something like 5,000 metres. Here's Marnie, and he looks like he's built up in confidence. Marnie and Lane, for that matter. Marnie's doing some scooting out of dummy half. Lane wants the ball up the middle, making meters. Moses shows it, gets it back himself. The Joey Jones play. 30 away from the Canterbury line. 4 gone. We're playing 5. Alvaro. Now Marnie. Moses on the blind. Niokoro it is. It's jammed up, and that'll be a changeover.
Wait there. No, Kerry.
Control it.
Stand over here. Come on. Thanks, mate. Yep, with a foot.
I've been impressed again by the Parramatta halves. They haven't complicated things. First thing I look for in a young player coming into the top grade is their defence. And Dylan Brown, he's very uncomplicated in that department as well. Technically, he's really sound. Just got a nice air about him as to how he plays the games. Nice and calm. There's a little bit more, I suppose, obvious energy from Mitchell Moses, but they might complement each other really nicely, these two young men.
Napa. Halfway line. Still got more than a quarter of this game to go. As Foran chips it down for Sebo. Sevo with that Fijian strength. Ferguson now. Skipping through, fending, standing, doing pretty much whatever he wants to do. Whereas Naira making the tackle on Ferguson. A job that you don't really want to get involved in if you can help it, if you can hide from it. Marnie for Alvaro being to Gao. Paulo! He played 35 minutes in the first half. Moses to the line. Niakore played to Ferguson. Moses comes back to the centre, puts a grubber kick in for Brown. Taken by Foran. Foran getting it back. Well done, Kieran.
It's a big play from Kieran Foran. The kick was a good one. Parramatta looking to muscle up in defence on Neil Hopoate. Really bunched the Bulldogs at the moment. And Toya does well to pick up 10.
I think Gower's got a shoulder or a left arm problem. Creighton over there with plenty of blue and gold around him.
The Sigma HIA for David Gower. Steps off the right.
Tolman.
Trainer wants a stoppage, okay? There's an injured player. The trainer wants time off.
Tip on the rower coming to the sideline will take the place of David Gower, who seems to be more concerned about the arm than the head. Oh no, there it is, the shoulder of Sean Lane.
Lewis drives it long over the head of Gutherson. Might even go dead, but Gutherson's not taking that risk. And the kick turned out to be well weighted. The chase was good. So Parramatta now coming off their own line, 15 away in fact. Just over an hour gone. 7 tries in the game. You can see there, he's 12 metres short of halfway, taken by Tolman. Alvaro. From up around Middlegong, Southern Highlands.
That's Adam Elliott left on the ground. Made the defensive tackle. The kick is another good one from Parramatta. Elliott struggling to get to his feet.
Alvaro, in mentioning him, took out the Thornett medal as the player of the club last year. Adam Elliott. And another problem over here for Ferguson now. Alvaro. That's where Adam Elliott copped it.
Spotlight's been on Dylan Brown all week. Joey, what have you made of the young number 6, the Sarves, so far?
I've been impressed with him. There's a passage of play in the first half where he got the ball and he went to the left side and he was looking for the pass and it wasn't on, but he reacted to the defence and pulled the pass back. I thought it showed great maturity, but it showed that when he goes to the line, he doesn't premeditate. He's watching the defence. But defensively, he's been really strong. His short kicking game in the first half, that turned the momentum back for Parramatta.
That's Ferguson.
He's some player of the future.
And if you're going to be a ball player, you've got to get prepared to be whacked every now and then, or otherwise players aren't going to turn up for you.
Well, he went to the line with the block play and he was thinking pass out the back to Gutherson.
Okay, he's up.
And with the up and in defence, they really rushed Gutherson and he pulled it back and took the tackle. I thought that spoke volumes of how he plays, how he sees the game. But he'll get respect from his players around him because he's willing to take a bruise for them. Where he gets to the game is up to him because we can see the natural talent. He obviously works very hard in his game. So fingers crossed he stays injury-free.
So Adam Elliott has been sent to the HIA. Macca's Thursday night footy is from Suncorp on Thursday, obviously. Red Hot Broncos, are they ever, up against the Dragons, desperate for a victory. Macca's Thursday night footy.
Hold there, mate. Head down.
And then Friday night, we've got Roosters Eels here. And then next Sunday, it's at Campbelltown, Chemist Warehouse football. Canterbury up against West Tigers. Well, if they keep up the form that they've shown over the first couple of weeks, it is going to be a contest.
Luke Keary's first start last night was as good as I've seen in years. Masterclass.
Tolman hit by Moroa. A bit of vigour in it, that tackle from Moroa. Lewis around the back, Operati to the 40-metre line. And a penalty going to Canterbury.
Murata. Late tackle, Murata.
It's a late tackle, you heard from the referee microphone.
They come right, the Bulldogs. The inexperienced Fijian on the wings. Siva, they got him a couple of times, making an error defensively. I think that's the side for the Bulldogs to attack.
There's Lewis is coming through the hands to Foran.
Straight up, Josh.
He's 15 away from the line. Montoya, Harawira Mira, and then Napa out the back for Tolman, and it goes to Fualala. And he will play the ball 5 metres out, as you can see. Moreau will have to get off him shortly. So Leisha is out there now. Tolman. Leisha, his first visit to the ground. Napa will make it. Ben Cummins.
Well, has he? Has Clint Gutherson denied him?
Well, if he has, it's a brilliant save.
I have a try. Can you confirm that Napa gets that ball onto the in-goal, please?
Well, it looked from here as though he was going to score for all money, but Gutherson, what's he done? No, he gets it down.
Dylan Napa grounds the ball on the in-goal. We have a decision.
It's a rare one for Dylan Napa, round 6, 2016. Last time he got over. Only the third of his career, and it's a good place to score next to the post. Still time for the Bulldogs. It's too big and powerful.
Kerrod Holland will add the extras.
Just time your run here, boys.
Chemist Warehouse, our sponsors of the Sunday.
Coming your way, boys. Time your run.
Canterbury versus Parramatta, and 30 plays 16, but there are still, what are they, 16 minutes left in the game?
There's plenty of time, Ray, and Parramatta wouldn't want to get comfortable. This mistake will help them. Alvaro takes the ball inside 9 metres now.
So from Brown, goes away to Marnie, and here's Paulo, taken by Napa, got it on, Moses away, Niokoro, inside the 10, and he's knocked on. So a golden opportunity for Parramatta
Ferguson's got the ball.
to put the game away, you would think, and they obligingly knock on.
Just having a look at that Napa try. It was a poor effort from Moeroa. He came up looking for the big shot. All he needed to do was just make good contact, because it allowed Napa to get one-on-one with Reid Marnie. Just have a look at 13 there. He comes through looking for the shot, left arm shoulder, and just bounces off. One-on-one, Reid Marnie and Dylan Napa that close to the line, only one winner.
Canterbury with Fualalo on tackle 1, back inside their own 20-metre line. Naira just beyond 20. Tolman offered himself, but the ball finished up with Smith. Leisha, Tolman. It's gone to ground and bounced favourably for Jackson. Jackson put down on the 40. 3 of the Eels combining to make the tackle. Leisha ducks out. Lewis is there, loses his footing. Niakore making the tackle. Foran drives it down towards Ferguson. Gutherson is with him. It's going to bounce down over dead ball. So a 7-tackle set coming up for Parramatta. They've won 5 of the last 6 Parramatta against Canterbury. Due to the period of time that those 6 matches have been played in, neither of them have had very much peace in the front office. Spent more time trying to become salary cap compliant or be able to afford back-ended deals or whatever.
They look like a different team this year, Canada. More balanced. With the addition of Ferguson, you can see the difference he makes, but and also the young 5'8".
Well, you know, when you think about Parramatta last year without Red Radra, I mean, it was almost, I understand, insane to say it, but I couldn't believe he could make that much difference. And so Ferguson has come along and he's become the modern-day Red Radra.
Well, back years ago,
for Parramatta.
Back years ago, you couldn't win without a world-class front row. Now, it's wingers who get the sets rolling. They're probably more important. Here we go, Rabs.
Chance out here, Takarani. And he's lost the ball. Was it stripped? Referee said lost, loose ball and lost.
Yeah, Takarangi on the back of Niakore dropping the ball and just got loose Parramatta. That's not a match-winning lead with 13 to go. I'll keep giving invitations to the opposition to come up with a grandstand finish. Hopewade being forced back.
There's Napa.
Three, Napa.
You right, Dylan?
Just wait there, mate.
Dylan,
no,
Dylan.
Wait there, Dylan. Stand up first. Stand up. Stand up. Okay.
It looked like he had a problem with the lower leg. That's where the tackle was made. Harawira Naira. Now Foran putting it over towards Ferguson. Can be a dangerous practice as we've seen today, and he loads it right up there. The ball pops out. It's come to Gutherson. Gutherson is nailed by Napa. Gutherson grimacing as he gets up. Grabs the back or the top of the hamstring as he walks away. Centre ground. Paulo getting it away perfectly. Brown is with the ball. Now it's with Salmon. He's inside 20. Back to Brown. There goes the kid. Dylan Brown.
Yeah, sit back and watch this awareness from Dylan Brown. They get in a dummy half and get some short passing, but Dylan Brown will get the ball in space and he'll move before the ball comes to him because he's aware of the defender coming up. Azusa D-Max replay. Just a little tip on here. He'll feel the defender coming and then skip to his outside. Just great awareness. Gives his outside man the ball fairly early, but then pass and follow. Like all great support players, he pushes up through the middle.
Yeah, nice little step here from Junior Paulo as well. That attracted an outside defender, puts Dylan Brown in a little bit of space, and he delivers this pass at the perfect time for Jamin Salmon, just as he's hitting top speed to go into that gap and then stays alive. Lovely footwork from Junior Paulo and Dylan Brown, two very different body shapes. Boy, didn't they combine well.
Yeah, last week, the last try we spoke about in the pre-game with Darren Lockyer, he understands space and time, how far he has to go into the line to attract defenders without selling dumps to his outside man. That time, the timing was perfect. He understands the game well. Special player.
So Moses. Another 2. It's 36 plays, 16 Ruan.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a good bit of work there by Dylan Brown, but I want to go right back to the start. For me, well, Junior Paulo here we see doing a great bit of footwork, but actually Blake Ferguson got that set right off to a beautiful start. He pushed right up through the middle, kept that leg drive going that he's been doing all day, and he got them off to a real cracker. What do you reckon, Freddie?
Yeah, well, just with Dylan Brown, I think the one thing that's really impressed me is the maturity in which he's played today. Early on, they didn't have much ball, but I think Joey pointed out that he took a couple of hits and never tried to push the pass. And even when they started to score some tries, you can see he didn't try to overimpose himself. He just allowed the game to play its natural course. Now it feels like it's time for him to open up a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more class from Dylan Brown.
Sivo. Point ball game now. And under 10 minutes to go. Those lights still turned on, Brad. Horribly done. Now, this is Salmon.
Yeah, Reid Marnie has gone to the interchange bench. Outstanding game from the young number 9. Salmon now operating out of dummy half as Alvaro takes the ball forward. Really good performance from Marnie this afternoon in all areas. That's a mistake. Lost the football.
I'll get down to Brad Fittler. It's hard to see if there's any rain, probably on people's screens at home. How much rain have we had the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, well, it's drizzled. It hasn't really got out of a drizzle, but it hasn't stopped drizzling either for the last 15 or 20 minutes. So that would make the ball very slippery with that little bit of sweat as well. Pretty tough conditions at the moment to hold that ball, but yeah, it hasn't got out of a drizzle.
He's right, Andrew Johns. The viewer probably wouldn't know that it's been drizzling, as Brad said, for the last 15 or 20 minutes. It's William Hopewadi. 36-16. Dylan Napa. First try in blue and white colours. And his first try since, I think Peter said, round 6, 2016. Jeez, he'd be thirsty. Tolman played the ball. Lewis, talking about Dylan Brown, this kid also, gee, I tell you what, since I last saw him play, he's very, very good. He just seems to make so much time for himself, which is common. It's common to all the good players. Time. Jackson, Tolman inside 20, 15, 12. Three-man Parramatta tackle. 7.5 minutes to go. For Parramatta to go 2-2. Lewis, rebound, dived on by a rower who's offside.
Quick, you're inside 10.
Wait there, nothing quick off a kick. Hold there, mate, control it, Zig.
Yeah, just leave the ball, Tapai.
Nothing quick.
You can't go quick, Dylan, but you can take a tap.
Leisha taking the tap and giving it off to Tolman. Penalty counted 3-3. Forward. Short into Fualalo. line, the try line in front of him. Leisha for Napa. 4 blue and gold jumpers involved there. Leisha now goes back for Lewis, who goes back for Foran. He gets the ball down to Montoya. Good work by Sevo. Had to come in. Lewis now. That was telegraphed, really. He was looking for Naira. 11 out. Lewis on the left side. Then a little grubber in. It's too big. It's a 7-tackle set. Brad?
Oh, there's a bit of movement on the sideline, actually. 2 boys, one from Para, one from the Dogs, coming back on from their HIA. Adam Elliott for the Dogs and David Gower for the Eels.
If the Bulldogs do go on to lose this game, as it appears that they will, there'll be 5 sides after 2 rounds, sitting on 0 competition points. And the worrying aspect for the Bulldogs is that in those 2 losses, at the moment they've conceded 76 points in those 2 matches.
Played by Kane Evans. Comes up against his former club. Friday night here at ANZ and on 9. Halfway line. And that is Holland.
Well, I want to see the creative players combine. Foran, Lewis, Hopewadi. Rarely see them 3 players playing together. Feels like they're not on the same page.
Short side play for Hopewadi. Then Holland. It's been put to the ground over there by Crichton. Fergie's over there still blowing up, and he wasn't even involved. He's now arguing with himself. That's a dangerous sign. They do it every Saturday.
Who wins the argument, Rose?
Me.
Well done. Did you watch the Mighty Mare yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, she's obviously set now to equal the winning record of Farlap in his career. He won 37.
If you owned her, would you keep her?
I think that's all been done. I think they've been aiming for the Queen Elizabeth in a fortnight's time or something like that. And I think that'll be the falling of the curtain. Level with Farlap. 33 yesterday, 34 wins on the trot. I think it's all been well covered by Chris Wall.
Hypothetically, if she was trying to win a Melbourne Cup, you think she could win a Melbourne Cup?
Well, it depends what weight you're going to give. That's the trouble with the Melbourne Cup, Joe. The bloke that works honestly and hardest, he gets the top weight. So they put the grandstand on.
Last tackle now against Parramatta. Mitchell Mose come up with a good finish. He goes high. The chase from Ferguson. He's come a long way in to get it Hopewadi.
Let him go, Fergie.
32 wins straight for Winch Ray. Back to once. She ran 7th to Grace Hill.
Little light stepping here from Montoya. 20-metre line. Hopewadi running off a quick play to ball. 35 metres out from the Canterbury line. Sevo involved in the tackle with Mana. Out for 4. Then Lewis, lofted ball, out to Holland. Holland's got Moses to keep him company now. Halfway line. Crichton. Lewis again. Snaps a kick in. Taken by Brown. Back for Gutherson. Gutherson thinks, well, we're not going anywhere. I'll find some turf while I can. This is Hoffman, who's taken the centre position vacated through suspension from Michael Jennings, who I might be wrong, but I thought he had one of his best games ever the other day against Penrith, his old club. He really got involved. He went looking for the ball. Michael Jennings.
Talking about that game Friday night, all you Parramatta fans, it's been a while since you've had something to cheer about. You're hearing cheer your team on. That will be one game.
Hold, Corey. Hold!
They'll be hard to beat, Parramatta.
Moses landed at least in the field of play.
Side change over.
Bring it in 10.
They've got a very good chance of outnumbering the opposition crowd by big numbers. I mean, not being disrespectful to the Roosters fans, but it's a fair way to come. And this stadium is pretty much next door to Parramatta, you know.
And taking on the best, taking on the premiers. Parramatta won 6 games last season, an entire year. They've got 2 under their belt now. Spoke how important it was for them to get some confidence early in the year. Well, 2 wins will start you on that.
Here's a chance for Moreau, Peter. He kicks ahead. Young Brown is still with him. He's onside, Brown. Now it's gone into the in goal and gone dead.
Yeah, it's come off the Canterbury player, but it's come off Montoya.
Yeah, soccer players talk about touch. That's the other end of the scale. That's feet of stone. They get the Roosters at the right time. See a few injuries. Jake Friend, their captain, didn't play last night.
Yeah, what's the short one, Bush?
Hamstring soreness. Brett Morris injured a knee.
Time you run.
I know one thing, Brad Fittler,
5 seconds.
Clouds are getting darker.
I think we're going to be saved by the bell, Ray. It's only drizzle at the moment.
Manner. I'll be up here praying for you, Brad. Gower. There's the siren. It's all over with the Parramatta Eels winning their 2nd match of the year. 2 from 2 for the blue and gold. They win by 20 after they trailed by 10. 36-16.